Hey everyone, this is Long Haired Little Guy. I'm going to start this video because I got a bone to pick with anybody that's ever watched one of my videos. You want to know what it is? Why didn't you all tell me that I look worried all the time in my videos? My forehead is all scrunched up. I'm just looking really concerned about everything, stressed out. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this hat on and I'm going to wear hats in every single video. Or maybe I won't. I don't even know. You'll just have to keep on watching. Or I'm just going to make a really conscious effort to not look so worried all the time because I don't want you guys to worry about me. Is that a deal? Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about scheduling. I'm going to talk about receiving money. I'm going to talk about expenses and how we track all that. How do we account for everything that we do? And I want you to know that I tried a couple different things. I tried Yardbook to schedule. I tried Yardbook to log. All these different things, right? Taking money, expenses, mileage, all that stuff. I've tried it. Problem is I didn't do it because I would take my phone out. I'd be on the job. My hands would be all nasty, and I didn't want to touch my phone. Or at that time, I had an iPhone, and the screens are not very responsive. You know, when they get a little bit of moisture, like sweat on them, or like heat, if you're really hot, they're not very responsive. So I stopped doing that. I started another method, right? And I can't remember what that was. I've done a number of different things, right? But none of them really worked for me. So what I'm going to show you today is what I do, okay? So here it is. This is basically a 1-week calendar, all right? And I do this just with a pen, a ruler, and just a blank piece of paper or like ruled paper, you know, like a notebook. So I've got it divided up. The skinny days are the days that I don't work. The fat days are the days that I do work, okay? The top is the month, and I just got fictional stuff in here. So this is like January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the way to the 7th, Sunday through Saturday. And these are the names of like things that I schedule. These are names of people that I do their jobs on, okay? So ordinarily I do something like this, like off, just to make sure that I schedule my time off. We talked about that in the last video, or one of the videos about priorities, or, you know, whatnot. Sometimes I got to put something in there, but it's skinny. It should be rare when I do that. Down here I've got a spot for a date, an expense, and then I'll write down like materials or small tools or whatever. Then I got payments, the date, the person, and how much they paid me. Then I've got another date, I got mileage, and then start and stop mileage, okay? And then I got a spot over here for notes. I just put a little make estimate for 123 Shadow Lake. So anyways, this is something that I found works for me because I carry this out on the job. So when I go to the store or whatever, I just take the receipt, I record it, the category it goes in, the date, and then I file the receipt just in my little folder binder thing. Then if somebody pays me while I'm out there, before I leave the job, I put the date, I put the name, I put the amount, and the same thing with the mileage. Sometimes I forget the mileage, but I got to go back and MapQuest it out and figure out my mileage and all that stuff. And then what I do is at the end of the week, all of this information, I put it in an Excel spreadsheet that I created, and it auto-populates another spreadsheet that my accountant uses. He just gave me a Word document, and I recreated it in Excel, and it automatically calculates everything. It accumulates everything over 12 months. So this is all the information that I track. You may be tracking more. You can revise this however you want. I will say this, though. I'm going to bring it back to me. I will say this, though. This works for me because I'm small. The bigger companies probably not quite as useful. And this is really geared more towards that person that's having trouble accounting for their stuff. If you're having trouble accounting for your stuff, it's really, really important because you want to pay your taxes on that stuff. You want to make sure you're not robbing yourself of deductions. And also, I had trouble sometimes where customers say they paid me and I didn't keep good records, and I just had to take their word for it. So maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. Either which way, it's bad business. So you want to make sure that you're accounting properly for all the information that you want to keep track of. And like I said, different operations are going to track different things. And this is just what I do. And kind of the theory behind it is whatever accounting practice you use. People might tell you there's a right way or a wrong way, or you need to do this, or you don't need to be doing that. Stop this, start that. But really what it comes down to is use the method that you're actually going to do. Okay, so because if you're not going to do it, it could be a great system, but if you don't put it into practice, it's useless. So whatever system you use, make sure it's something that you're going to do. And then the second tip that I have for you is whatever you do, stay consistent with it. Start it at the beginning of the year and use it through the entire year. So don't implement something until you're sure that it's something that you think you're going to use. Can you be 100% on whether or not that's going to happen? No, you can't. But just work really hard to develop something that is going to be useful, practical. Try not to track data that you don't think you're going to use. Capture the critical data and then implement that, and then don't change. Because at the end of the year, what happens is you get confused with what's going on with your different ways of tracking information, and then you'll lose stuff, right? You'll lose stuff, and it's complicated. So whatever you start, keep it going for the whole year, as long as it's not a total breakdown. Okay, as long as if you have to work a little bit harder to do it, I suggest keeping on doing it for as long as you can. Now, if it's just not working, it's just not working. Change up, deal with it. Okay. But anyways, that's what this video is about. I do that because it's the beginning of the year. This is an opportune time to start tracking your stuff before we really start taking a lot of information in. So that's what I do. That's what's been effective for me. And then maybe one day I'll do a video on and show you guys that database that I'm talking about. It's not complex, it's just Excel, auto-formatted with formulas to calculate everything, all the way even down to my tithe payments and percentage of expenses to income, estimated taxes, estimated mileage. It automatically calculates all that stuff. So anyways, let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that could work for you. If you got any suggestions for me, let me know. And the old comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.